Welcome back. So we're expecting a recovery to play out on the market. In the meantime, let's get a couple of interesting corporate conversations going. Gokuldas Exports is the first corporate on our radar, and we're speaking to the company after the promoter entity, Clear Wealth Consultancy Services, sold around 10% of its stake via a block deal last week. Just to alert our viewers, Clear Wealth has been selling stake in the company quite regularly ever since September 2020. Their stake is now down from about 33% to just under 11%. Siva Ramakrishnan Ganapathy, MD at Gokuldas Exports, is with us to talk about the company's plans going ahead. Mr. Ganapathy, thanks very much for taking this quick call. Before we get to the business, just want to get an understanding of the company's ownership now. So Clear Wealth's stake comes down to about 10-odd%. Can you tell us what's the intent? Are they going to look at a complete exit? Will the company continue to be run as a widely held entity?
The company has always been run as a widely held company. It's professionally managed, governed by the board, and run by the management team in accordance with all the strictest governance principles. The call of the investors is an investor call, and they have to explain for it. But at the moment, from a company's perspective, strategy, its own competitive positioning, etc., nothing changes. The company continues to do what it has been doing, and it will continue to look for growth and will continue its business as usual.
Mr. Ganapathy, good morning. Just a couple of more clarifications. Will Clear Wealth be selling out any more stake? What would the eventual plan be?
At the moment, that's not on the anvil. They're still a promoter group, so they will have to remain on board. But then at the end of the day, that's their call as to what they do in the long term. But for now, I don't think there is any intent to do any more sale.
Mr. Ganapathy, hi, good morning. Prashant here.
Good morning.
Is this, so how much do promoters own? The Florintree, I think still owns 10%, right?
That's correct. Florintree, Clear Wealth is the SPV through which they hold the stake. So that's the 11% that they hold.
Right, and that is Matthew Syriac's fund, right?
That's correct.
Have you spoken with him about? I mean, it's a large percentage of chunk coming to the market.
That's right.
What was the motivation
we speak all
behind
the time.
it? Sorry, yeah.
We speak all the time. I mean, that they have their financial motivation. So if they have to take their own calls as a fund, they will need to invest in other opportunities as well. So it's just that it's purely financial, nothing to do with Gokuldas as a business or anything like that. They still own own good chunk in the company.
But it's a relative 10%, right? 10% is what they own now, and that's the single largest block. Right?
That's correct. That's correct.
But does it reflect in any way, in your opinion, on the business attractiveness changing in any way?
Not at all. Not at all. Absolutely not at all. I mean, business attractiveness continues as usual.
Mr. Ganapathy, what happens to management personnel? Any further changes?
Nothing.
Any change that we should watch out for?
Nothing. It continues as usual. The management is incented to run the company, and management has equity, stock options, etc. So there's nothing, no change expected in management or anything of that sort.
Are there talks of any other strategic partner, financial or strategic investor coming on board in Gokuldas Exports over the next, say, 1 year or so?
No.
Okay. What about growth plans? You were telling us that your focus continues to be on growth, whether Clear Wealth sells or not. What kind of growth are you looking at, say, in FY24? If you can give us some demand trends.
So FY24 is going to be a very interesting year, of all the years, because after a strong growth, we are at this moment rating at around 25% growth over FY22 into FY23. So on top of a strong growth, we, to perform yet another strong growth may be slightly difficult given the market conditions. However, if the market conditions improve, then, things can change on a dime. The reason I'm saying that is because the Western market, and we are particularly heavily leaning towards the US market, it's anybody's guess how the market pans out. Interestingly, the consumer sentiment seems to be strong, the purchases seem to be going good, etc. But then everyone is fearful of a mild recession. So we will have to
So
see
when
how
you
it
say
goes.
strong, sure. When you say strong growth, can you quantify that for us very quickly? Because I think in FY23 you managed to do about 23% growth. Will it be better than that in FY24?
No. I think on top of the 23% growth, I don't think we can deliver that kind of a growth in FY24. We will target a growth for sure, but then that would be a very high percentage. Having
Mr.
said
Ganpati?
that, going forward, we will continue back our journey, because I feel that from FY25 onwards, things should start strong. In my opinion, second half of FY24 itself, we should start seeing good growth.
But you'll end at 2,300 odd crores for FY23, which was the target?
Our target was between 2,200 and 2,300. I think we will we are gunning in that band itself.
Very briefly, Mr. Ganpati, Mr. Syriac's investment and you taking the reins of the company is widely credited as being the turnaround sort of trigger. You were there at the helm, right? I mean, you're not going.
Yes. Yes, of course.
How much
Yes,
do
indeed.
you own, sir, in the company?
So I have ESOPs in the company. I have substantial ESOPs in the company.
All right. And Mr. Ganpati, just one last question. There is some buzz that Gokuldas is looking at doing an acquisition, a meaningful acquisition. Can you tell us anything?
I cannot comment on anything at this moment. I don't know where you're catching this buzz from, so I wouldn't comment on it.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ganpati, thank you very much. Good speaking with you. Appreciate you joining in. And thanks very much for speaking with us here at CNBC TV 18. We'll take a break here. We are back. Prakash Diwan will be with us for some fundamental stock analysis on the